is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.
Good evening, good afternoon, good whichever one I didn't forget. I said, I don't know what one I didn't say now. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Newcastle versus Arsenal preview. Got the wonderful Brenny, who's not feeling very well, which is why he hasn't put the camera on today. How are we doing, Brenny, apart from the illness?
Yeah, I'm surviving, my friend. I'm surviving. But I'm strong enough to do this as well, and I'm always looking forward to the challenge. And hope things are going well with you, PB.
It's all good here. Thanks, mate. So how are we feeling for the Newcastle game after the West Ham performance?
Do you know what? I'm still feeling good about the Newcastle game.
Yeah.
It's one of these. It's always a tough place to go, St James Park, but I think we can replicate a performance from last season. It was a controlled performance last season over there, and I feel we can still do the same, because what gives me the confidence is that, unlike Wednesday, we will have a stronger 11 out for sure. I feel, especially in the midfield, and I feel that we can win the game if we win the battle in midfield, which I'm sure we can. Yes, Newcastle come off the back of a great result at Old Trafford, even though they made changes themselves, and but I just feel that in the league, Newcastle have been more inconsistent than last season at this time last season. So got nothing to fear at all with Newcastle. I feel that I'm sure it'd be Callum Wilson who start. So I think Isaac's injured, but I have no worries that we can get through the 90 plus minutes with a victory.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm hoping as well. Look, I've got to do the watch along. It's going to be painful, I'm sure. Any watch along I do this season seems to be painful. I'm going to let your voice rest for a little bit, Brenny. So I'm going to go through some stuff. Big up to Moss already in the house. Of course, return to the sidelines agenda. There's no agenda. It's a question. Martin Ødegaard, is he going to come back to the starting lineup? That is the question. It's not an agenda. We all know he's dealing with a hip issue because he moves like I don't know what, but he does. It moves slightly weird, which then causes the hip issue. So, yeah. Big up to Tony Forbrook saying evening, Bobby and Brenny K. Big up from Tony as well. Good evening, Bobby and Ron. Tony, I've seen the team. I've put it and starred it. We'll come back to that in a bit, mate. Geordie, away the lads. Big up to Geordie. Obviously, we don't want you to get 3 points tomorrow. That's the first time I'm saying that. I don't want you getting 3 points. But thank you very much for coming in and saying away the lads. I'll be there to keep you company, Bobby, and stress out with you. Thank you very much, Tony Forbrook. Always love the company, mate, especially yours. All the best for the match in our fortress, mate. Yeah, same to you. Look, I wish you all the best, but I don't want you to win. Simple as that. That's the best way I can put it, mate. Big up to you, though. I'm going to give Brenny a little bit of resting talking, so I'm going to go through some stuff. Head to head, we've played them 56 times since the creation of the Premier League. Drawn 11, 11 Newcastle wins, 7 at home, 4 away. 34 Arsenal wins, 21 at home, 13 away. Recent meetings, obviously, we beat them 2-0 at St James's Park last season. Before that, we drew 0-0. We lost 2-0 away to Newcastle previous to that. Then we beat them 2-0 at the Emirates. And then we beat them 2-0 at St James's Park. So this is definitely not a game to have both teams to score at the moment. It's not a very positive one for both teams to score. And Geordie's already come in here, so we are winning anyways, 3-1. Well, I would say if you're going to think that you're going to win, I'd say it's going to be 3-0 or 2-0, because I would say that both teams don't tend to score. So look, you never know. It's one of those weird ones, the bet both teams to score bet, but yeah, it's an interesting one. Right, recent form. Let's go through ours quickly. Obviously, we beat Sheffield United 5-0, drew 2-2 with Chelsea, beat Man City, beat Bournemouth 4-0, drew to Tottenham 2-2. Newcastle drew in my next door neighbour 2-2 with Wolves, beat Crystal Palace 4-0, drew 2-2 with West Ham, beat Burnley 2-0, and obviously whitewashed Sheffield United 8-0. Absolutely crazy. Let's quickly get into the injury list because this is important as well for the challenge as well. We'll quickly cover Arsenal. Smith-Rowe is out now. Jesus is out. Timber is out. I'm still not going to put Partey down because he's still actually on my injury list, so I'm not putting him down. On there. Tonali suspended. Obviously, we all know about that, and we're not going to talk about that anymore. Target is a doubt. Mankilo is a doubt. Murphy is out. Isaac is out. Botman is out. Barnes is out, and the very talented Elliot Anderson is also out. So yeah, Newcastle are slightly depleted, but they did manage to beat Man United the other night. So you know. Eddie Howe definitely gets the best out of those players when he needs to. That's my fear. But let's talk about their season, talk about our season so far in the Premier League. We are second, won 7, drawn 3, lost 0. 2.3 average goals conceded, 0.8 average goals conceded, 5 clean sheets, 1.3 chances created. That needs to go up quickly at some point. Newcastle in 6th. They've won 5, drawn 2, lost 3, 2.6 average goals scored, 1.1 average goals conceded, 4 clean sheets, and 2.7 chances created. So, yeah, Newcastle, as you said, Brenny, earlier, they have been inconsistent. Within the Premier League, they have been inconsistent. They're doing all right in the Champions League. They're obviously doing all right in the Carabao. But yeah, they're just being inconsistent, aren't they, mate? That's the problem. And I'm wondering if Geordie does think that maybe Botman. For me, Botman's a huge miss. That guy is phenomenal. Like, if someone said, "Can we have Botman now?" I'd say, "Yeah." Sorry, Gabriel, but I would literally drop Gabriel for Botman right tomorrow. I think Botman and Saliba would be. Gabriel and Saliba are fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but I think Botman is slightly better than Gabriel. I think he's just got a very wise head. He doesn't lose his head either, ever. Never seen him lose his head. Where Gabriel can lose his head a little bit. Evening, chaps. Evening to Neil. Hope you're doing well, mate. Right, so let's get into my 5 to watch. I'm trying to rest Brenny's voice as much as possible. I hate when someone's poorly because when I get a cold and a cough, it tears my throat apart. So yeah, I'm trying to help you as much as I can, mate. Let's get into my 5 to watch. So.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?
Right, so obviously we're going to start with Bruno Guimaraes. We all know why. We wanted him. We didn't get him. He went to Newcastle. He's been absolutely fantastic, shown exactly the talent that we all wanted. It just didn't work out in the end. Kieran Trippier, which I'm sure Brenny was thinking, surely he's not the fullback for the auto fail. He's not. I actually like him.
Wow.
Yeah, I actually do quite like Kieran Trippier. Look, he's no longer at Tottenham. That happened a long time ago. That happened so long ago.
He got better since he left.
Yeah, honestly, he's absolutely fantastic. Set pieces, like he's got 6 assists just this season already. It's mad what his assists are. 6 already. And that's just in the Premier League, by the way. That's not all competition. That's just the Premier League. Joel Linton as well. Honestly, I knew he wasn't a striker when they signed him. They moved him into midfield. He's been incredible. And honestly, up against him tomorrow, if it's Havertz and Joel Linton, I'm sorry, Kai. I think you're going to need a 2-week break after that because you're going to be bruised and battered by him. Miguel Almiron, I love him. He is very hit and miss, and a lot of people don't particularly like him. I think he's very good. He might have played for one of my American teams, admittingly. However, that's not the reason I like him. I just think he's a bit dirty. And as everyone knows what I mean by dirty, he's not a dirty player, but he just does that stuff that you just don't know what he's going to do next. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact I don't know what he's going to do next. I don't think even he knows.
Yeah, I agree. The thing is with these two, it's the work rate. Every time I watch Newcastle play, these two, they never stop.
They don't.
And that's what we're going to be up against tomorrow. They're going to hassle. They're going to hound. They're going to press. They're going to do whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle.
It's going to be a big battle tomorrow. And the final player, Callum Wilson, obviously. Look, there's no Isaac, but Callum Wilson is a pain in the butt as well.
I rate this guy.
He's our new Troy Deeney. He loves hassling us. He loves winding us up. And he's going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem. I've got to be honest. I don't know what the score. I know I've got to do predictions at the end. I don't even know what the score is yet. I still haven't thought about it. But yeah, it's an interesting one, that one, Callum Wilson. But yeah, Trippier at Atletico really impressed me. Yeah, he did impress me at Atletico as well. To be honest, I quite liked him at Tottenham, but I if he'd left Tottenham and went straight to Newcastle, he would literally be on my auto fail list. But he's fine. That uncertainty factor in Armoury is unmatched. Yeah, it is. You just never know what he's going to do, and I enjoy it. I enjoy watching that type of player. I am very worried about this one. Not going to lie, Ødegaard needs to turn up. 100%, Neil. He needs to turn up. 100% does. Craig David is underrated. Is that Wilson? When Tony says Craig David, does he mean Wilson?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Because I've never understood, because people call him. I'm like, who is Craig David? Because I know who he is, Craig David. I don't know who he's actually meant to look like. So is that Callum Wilson? I'm guessing. Right. Okay. Got you. Tony, I've seen your challenge team. I've started. I'll bring that up at the end, mate. I promise. Right. Let's get on to everyone's chosen lineups. Right, so this is your team, mate. I need to get rid of that comment now. Sorry, Tone. So this was chosen by Tim, Ben, Karen, and Brenny. Went for Raya in goal, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. In as little detail as possible, Brenny, because I'm thinking of your voice. Explain why you went for this lineup.
Well, you're not breaking down that back five. I cannot see it personally. Tomiyasu deserves to start because I mean he's impressed me the last few weeks. It's a no-brainer with White, Saliba, Gabriel. Raya deserves his starting goal, and like I said, with Raya and Ramsdale, you know, I like both keepers, but you know, I think with Raya, I've said already, you know, I think he needed that Sheffield United game last week. He needed that game where he was basically just sitting down having a cup of tea and just chilling really with the fans. So I think the nerves have gone, and now he can push on from here because we know what he's capable of. So yeah, I'm happy with. I'd be happy if that was the back five tomorrow, and then with Jorginho, well, he picked up a knock, didn't he? Wednesday, I think he came off. He took a knock, didn't he?
Yeah, but there's no doubt on him at all.
Oh, that's all right
Yeah,
then. Because I think if you got Jorginho and Rice in that midfield together, they'll be. I mean, they'll be fine. They can
yeah,
both protect the back four. Ødegaard, for me, if he's 110%, I think he has to turn up tomorrow, and I feel he will. He turned up last season at St James Park, so I have faith that he could do it again. And Saka Martinelli's a no-brainer because we know what they can do. So I thought, well, yeah, no-brainer there. Kai Havertz, the smudger role. If at times we're putting in long balls, Havertz could, for me, he could be the one to basically, well, like I said before, we'd want him to score goals, but if he is up top tomorrow, we'd also want him to bring others into play.
yeah,
That's important. We showed, and he showed that he can do that. You know, because what he did in Man City, even though it was a cameo, that was a big moment. You know,
mm.
and so yeah, I hope that's the lineup tomorrow, but we shall see.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to get into scores. There's some scores coming in already. Neil, I know you've put your team in and I've starred it, but I've just realised this is your team as well. So whatever Brenny gives it is exactly what the score you're getting as well, Neil. So big up to you, Neil. Brenny, score your team, please, mate.
Yeah, I'm giving that an 8.
Giving that an 8. Awesome stuff. There you go, Neil. You get an 8. Well done, mate. Brenny gets a 7 from Tony. Would be more if he didn't have spaghetti legs in goal.
Oh, dear.
Look, yeah, look, there's got a lot of conversation between Raya and Ramsdale within our group chat today, yesterday, and yeah, it's going to continue. Same with Havertz, same with many players, to be fair. Tony likes your team, Tony Fulbrook, that is, and he's given it an 8. Average height of Newcastle back four is 6'1". Yes, thanks to Dan Byrne. We know he will start his favourites, Raya, Zinni, and Nketiah. More than likely, yes. Big up to you, Neil, as well. Right, let's get on to the next team. This was chosen by Mehmet, Josh, Miguel, and John. They went for Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Zinchenko in midfield. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, Havertz. Now there's quite a few of these tonight. I have to be honest with Zinchenko in midfield. So can you give this one a rating, please, Brenny?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one. Give it an 8 as well. I mean, Zinchenko in midfield. I wouldn't even, if I saw that tomorrow, I would be like, yeah, I'd be all for it.
Yeah,
he plays there for the Ukraine as well, so
yeah,
it's a role he can do.
So an 8 for you for that one. Awesome stuff. Right, let's move on to the next team. This was chosen by Richard, Nicolas, Stuart and Carlos, Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Sinchenko, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli and Havertz. What about this one then, Bren?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a change of goalie.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, they get an 8 as well.
Yeah, cool. Neil's giving it an A. That's a 9 for Tony. Zinni in the middle. Maybe Zinni is the answer to our left 8. It could be. And I think this is where people are starting to think about it now. Yeah, because there's 3 of them. There's 3 formations with Zinni at number 8 today. 7 because of Tony's harsh. Right, let's move on to the next one. This was chosen by Albert, Zaina, and G Talks. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Rice, Sinchenko, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. So it's literally just a change of forward now.
Yeah. For me, it's an away game, so I would say 7. I would have given it an 8 if we was at home, because I would feel for some reason Eddie, for me, I'd feel confident in him scoring against Newcastle at home, but he concerns me in these away games. He really does.
Yeah.
So I have to give that a 7.
No, fair enough. Big up to Citizen K. Evening, fellas. I'm in agreement. Zinni in midfield. Another 7 for Tony. Zinni gives the ball away too much to play an 8. He does. However, I think it's just more secure if we played him in the 8. For me, I am knocking his defensive capabilities, to be fair, but play him in a role that I've seen him in for Ukraine, and he looks very comfortable. He's actually got a very good eye with the ball as well, so he can actually pinpoint the pass. So it's worth a shot. But Neil is very right. It's too obvious for Mikel Arteta not to try it. Look, I don't see he will, but you never know. Raya, White, Saliba. So I think we'll come back to that one, Citizen K, in a bit. 7 for that for Neil. Eddie is 5'9", yes. Nketiah big matches Burnley. Next team chosen by the silver one. The silver one will give this a 10, I'm sure. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, El Neni, Rice, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. What are you giving this one, please, mate?
That is... That for me is a 7.
Okay, mate. No worries. Right, let's move on to the next one. This was chosen by Canners. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Ødegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. What's the rating for that one?
See, it's the Eddie thing again as well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he will start tomorrow. But for me again, that's a 7.
7 for you. Awesome stuff. So I'm just doing looking at Citizen K's lineup to see which one it matched up with. So I was just working that out. Right, moving on to the next one. Luke chose this one. He's gone with a 4-2-3-1 formation, which he likes, which I have no issues with at all. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, El Neni, Saka, Ødegaard, Martinelli, and Havertz. What about this right one, please? Oh, also chosen by Jonas and Jack, but I forgot to put their names down. Sorry, Jonas and Jack.
Rice, El Neni, Ødegaard. See, that for me, in terms of formations, players, for me, that would be a solid 7.
Solid 7.
You've got to have Jorginho in there instead of El Neni.
Yeah. The final one chosen by Moss. So he's gone for Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. What will give him Moss's rating, please?
Well, that'd be for me. That'd be a 7. I mean, that midfield would struggle.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there.
Yeah.
Right, let's take that off. Let's get through the comments and then get on the challenge. I'm trying to do this as quick as I can for you, mate. I really am. Right, that's the best one. Ron, I'm starting to dislike you. The silver one is an 8.5 or an 8. You choose. Well, it's definitely going to be an 8 because I don't do 0.5s. I prefer El Neni to Jorginho myself. Has more mobility, says Luke. Cannons gets a 6 from Tony. Not too much of a problem losing the ball further up the field rather than in the defensive area. Oh, yeah, 100%. Thank you, Tony. Luke is smart. El Neni. Neil, 8.5. Oh, okay, I'll allow it. Luke gets an 8 downgrade because of Raya. I like that devil pivot. Yeah, so do I, to be honest. Brenny is a meanie. Moss gets a 6. Neil gives him a 6 as well. Zinni is prone to losing the ball, but rather he does so upfield. Yeah, 100%. It's okay. 100%.
Yep, I agree with that, brother.
Sorry, the silver one, Bobby is that. But why am I harsh? What have I done? I don't score. I don't score. Right, Tony, you put your team in. Right, here we go. So this is a different lineup because I haven't seen this. I've gone through all the lineups. This one is different. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tommy, Jorginho, Rice, Havertz, Ødegaard, Saka, and Martinelli. So that's Havertz up front, a midfield of Jorginho, Rice, and Ødegaard, Ramsdale in goal. I'm going to guess because of it's similar to other ones. It's going to be a 7, isn't it?
No, it's going to be an 8.
No.
Like
yeah, that's just like your team, actually. Yeah, apart from the goalkeeper.
That's an 8.
That's an 8 for you. There you go, Tony Fulbert. You get an 8 because it's just like Brenny's. Big up to Luke, the Northampton Town fan. Cobblers produce easily their worst performance of the season. I always look at it. Once you get the dip, you can only go back up. That's how I always look at it. Being an Arsenal fan, we've definitely seen some horrible performances over our years. Bobby, keep quiet. You don't score. Yes, please do hit the like if you are watching. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Tony gets 9 because he's a legend. Right, guys, we're going to go into the challenge now. Okay, so for people that are new to this, it's 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from Newcastle. You always have to do the home formation, which is Newcastle's. It's a 4-3-3. My Wi-Fi is about to die. Hopefully it doesn't. Let's hope it survives. Let's wait for it to survive first before I get into this. There we go. It's back. Right. So, Brenny, I'm going to try your best to do the 5 Newcastle players for me, please, mate.
Okay. We'll go with Pope in goal.
Okay. Next player, please.
All right. There's no Jesus, so we'll go Callum Wilson up top.
Okay. Next player, please.
Miguel Almiron.
Okay, on the right.
Yes.
Okay. Next player, please.
Kieran Trippier.
Okay, your final Newcastle player, please.
Okay. Go with. You know what? Because I like this guy, and I wish he never left. We'll go with Joe Willock.
Right. I'll put him in the middle, yeah? Any of the positions don't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's an interesting one. Right. I'll do the Gabriel and Saliba because I know that's going to be the two. Left back, who do you want as left back?
Left back. I'm going with form at the moment, so I'm going with Tomiyasu.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'll put Gabriel and Saliba in the middle for you.
Yeah.
Okay, midfielders, Ødegaard and Rice.
Yes, please.
Okay. And I'm going to guess it's Martinelli on the left then.
Yes, please.
All right. So this is Brenny's team. He's gone with Pope in goal, Trippier, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Ødegaard, Willock, Rice, Almiron, Wilson, and Gabriel Martinelli. Very good team, mate. Yeah. I will compare them to the other two because this is going to be hard to judge tonight, I'll be honest. These are the other two, so I need to bring this up because I can't see it. Big up to Abdul Majid, who went with Ramsdale, Trippier, Saliba, Shah, Tomiyasu, Rice, Guimaraes, Joel Linton, Saka, Wilson, and Martinelli. And Amanda went with Pope, Trippier, Saliba, Gabriel, Dan Burn, Ødegaard, Guimaraes, Rice, Saka, Wilson. Oh, this is tough. God. Oh no. Okay, I'm going to take Commander out because Dan Burn has done brilliant left back. Don't get me wrong, but for me, he's not a left back, so I'm taking Amanda out of that one. Right, so it's you and Abdul Majid now. This is hard. Will I be harsh because he's managed to get Saka in there?
No, not at all. Not at all.
See, because you put Willock, you've got Willock, Rice, and Ødegaard midfield, haven't you? He's got Joel Linton, Guimaraes, and Rice. Oh, I'm sorry, Bren. It is close. To be fair, your team is very good, but it's because he's managed to get Saka in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Abdul Majid. Sorry, Bren. It is very close. To be fair. Yeah. Nah, it's close though. Well done, mate. Right, let's get into the comments. Get into the Tony's challenge because I know that Tony did one earlier as well. So who went with Pope, Trippier, Saliba, Gabriel, Tommy, Bruno, Rice, Joel Linton, Wilson, Martin. Oh, hello. That's a good one as well.
That's a very good one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Oh my word. Right. Cool, Tony, you'd be up there as well. I think I have to give you like 3 winners this week because they've been really good. So, Brenny, Brenny, you're going to have it as well. Tony Fulbrook, you're going to have it, and so is Abdul Majid because you've all been brilliant. Yeah, they've all been really good teams, to be honest. Let's see what everyone's done here. Tony's done one as well. Tony. Ramsdale, Trippier, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu. And if I don't win, it's an absolute conspiracy. Look, 4 winners.
Yeah.
Okay, 4 winners. How about that? Because honestly, all the teams are really good this week. I'm going to have to start scoring. I'm going to start scoring them. Brenny has, well, I'll give you a 7 because I can. Won't be hard, Bobby, as me either, or the silver one is. Guys, in the comments, please put your predictions in the chat box so I can write them down. Brenny, I'll try and end this as quick as I can for you, mate. What's your predictions for tomorrow, mate?
I think it's going to be an ugly victory. 2-1 I'm going for. It's going to be George Graham-esque tomorrow. I feel it.
Yeah. I've just literally written down my prediction. I'm going with 2-2.
Okay.
I don't think we'll lose. I hope we don't because I don't think I could not cope with that as an instant match reaction, to be honest, losing to Newcastle. I think they will score on us. I think look, it's been proven that they can still score goals without Isaac, without Botman at the back. I think we should be able to hurt them enough.
Yeah.
Yes, it's going to be a tough one. Tony being very confident here, 4-1. Yes, I went there. So Silver one going for a 4-1 to the Arsenal. Neil going for a 1-0 to the Arsenal. And Tony Fulbrook is going with a 2-0 loss. You never need to be sorry for predicting. I predicted a West Ham win the other night. We did lose, but it was the manner of the performance as well, which annoyed me more. I thought we'd lose because Moyes would go stronger. He did go stronger, but it was also our rubbish mentality. Wow. Luke has gone for Newcastle 4, Arsenal 1. Okay. Mate, that wouldn't surprise me. I'll be honest. We're getting what's been coming all season in the Premier League tomorrow, I'm afraid. It wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, I don't care how we win as long as we do. I need the performance to improve at some point. We are in November now. We need to start improving on our performances. It's not like it's September, time after, pre-season, all that rubbish. It's now November. We should be performing better. And it's just not clicking. Citizen K going for a 2-2 as well. I agree with a Bobby score draw. St James is always going to be tough. Arsenal, I don't think any of us predicted a 2-0 win last season up at St James's, to be fair. I think it is going to be tough. Not a chance with Nketiah up front. We don't actually know who's up front yet, let's be honest. It could be Havertz. I hope it is Havertz. Tony going for Havertz hat-trick. He deserves it because all I've heard about the other night is his poor performance. I'm sorry, he's questionably been the best player on the pitch over the whole 90 minutes. It's been too many scrappy wins, 100% now. Look, me and Brenny have lived through many scrappy wins, but the performance was always still there. Our team was not always the best because it was Arsenal, and we weren't a big club, like a massive club, were we, Brenny? In the
no, and that's the thing. No, we was always big in history, but if you're going back to the 80s, great individuals, but before George Graham came along, we were very inconsistent in our results.
Yeah, exactly. So we've seen the worst. My granddad's seen worse, but we've definitely seen bad. Arteta will choose a daft team, and that's why we're losing big time tomorrow. Possible. Very possible. Havertz hat-trick, and then that rat gets trapped. Yes, I heard it too, Bobby. Right. Guys, thank you ever so much. Brenny, I will put you on full screen. Just don't say the other thing that you said the other night, please.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yes, people. You can always find me here on the Armoury TV. And you can find me doing little bits on Instagram as well. And you can find me on Twitter also. And I will be doing quite a few videos from my sick bed with past St James encounters like I do. So that'll be interesting. Give that a look over as well. And some good memories, some bad memories. And also including there'll be goals in those games. And from the one and only Ian Wright, the legend who turned 60 today. So big up to Ian Wright.
Yeah. Gave us many good memories, Ian Wright. Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, love him. And he was always one of the naughty ones at Highbury. For people that don't know, there was a dressing room that you could literally be underneath. They would open the windows and shout and sing and do all sorts. Ian Wright was pretty much guaranteed always there. He was a naughty boy.
But every time I went to Highbury, he'd score. So yeah.
yeah. He is a legend. He'll always be a legend to me. And Tony's making sure you just do the 1x. But he was even safer this time. He's gone with Twitter, which most of us know it as. So They can change the name, but we all know it as Twitter, so it is what it is. Big up to Tony. Look, you'll see me tomorrow
Thank you.
for the watch along. You'll see me back here for the instant match reaction as well as soon as the game's finished. But I'm also back on Sunday for the Arsenal versus Man City WSL game as well.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, please tune in. We've got 3 big Arsenal streams this weekend.
Massive.
Exactly. Latest chaps, up the Gunners. Exactly. Citizen K.
Come on, you
set ready. Yes, I will need it. Guys, take care. Enjoy your weekend. Speak to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Take care.